Molloy's late equaliser prevents the Blues from giving Frank Lampard a dream start. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on yesterday's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the game which took place yesterday in Dublin between Bohemians FC and Chelsea. Now the game ended in a 1-1 draw, but what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this review is that firstly, I'll be giving you guys the lineup that Frank Lampard fielded at the start of yesterday's match. Then I'll be giving you my thoughts on the match itself. And lastly, I'll be giving you my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming pre-season fixture, which will be played in Dublin, but this time the game will be played against St Patrick's Athletic. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So starting off with the lineup that Frank Lampard fielded at the start of yesterday's game, and as always, starting off with the formation. He did not go for 4-3-3, he did not go for 4-1-4-1, he actually went with a 4-2-3-1, and in terms of the personnel in which he went with, basically my lineup was almost completely wrong. But Frank Lampard went with Willy Caballero in goal. He went with a back four from right to left of Dujon Sterling, Cesar Azpilicueta, Mark Guehi and Kennedy. He went with a midfield five. Yes, a midfield five. Sorry for the sirens in the background. But he went with a defensive midfield pairing of Ethan Ampadu and Danny Drinkwater, with an attacking midfield trio from right to left of Pedro Rodriguez, Conor Gallagher and Casey Palmer, with BOHCHE up top by himself. So that's the lineup that Frank Lampard fielded at the start of yesterday's game. Now for my thoughts on the match itself, and as always, starting off with the first half. I thought that in the first half we were really good. There were a load of misplaced passes, but to be fair, that is understandable. The team in which Frank Lampard fielded at the start of yesterday's match had never really played together. I am pretty sure that some of the academy players that were in the starting lineup yesterday have, but what I'm trying to say is that they've never really played with the experienced players that were in the starting lineup, so it's understandable that there were a load of misplaced passes. I thought that overall both sides were pretty good in the first half. We got the goal in the 8th minute, brilliant goal from BOHCHE, puts it straight into the centre of the net, powerful shot, keeper had absolutely no chance. But yes, we went into half time with the lead. The second half though, it didn't really start too well. There was nothing really happening in the first 10 or 20 minutes of the second half. The Bohemians FC put on a lot of pressure towards the end of the game, or the end of the second half, shall I say, and then they ended up getting the goal. It was a brilliant goal. It's just a shame that it had to come so late. It's just a shame that it had to come so late, which obviously meant that we didn't have a lot of time to respond. But yeah, it happens. Overall, I thought it was a fairly good performance, and it's a fairly good indicator for Frank Lampard to see who he should play in the next game. Yes, like I said in my preview, we should take this performance with a pinch of salt, because of course Frank Lampard is going to need time to experiment and find his best team. So for that reason, I think it's okay for us to draw. I think it's okay that we did draw. I'm not fuming, but I can guarantee that there are going to be fans of rival clubs trying to take the piss out of us, and it's funny because they only do so whenever there's a result they think they can laugh at. But yes, I don't think that this draw is too bad. Yes, it may look bad because the Bohemians aren't necessarily the biggest club out there, but they should be respected for the way they put pressure on us in the second half in particular. But overall, I think both sides played fairly well. I think both sides can be happy. But yes, that's it for my thoughts on the game. I am sorry for stuttering. Please forgive me, guys. But yes, that's it for my thoughts on the game, like I said. Let me know what your thoughts on the game are down in the comment section below, and as always, I will do my best to respond. Now to conclude this review, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming pre-season fixture, which will be played in Dublin on Saturday at Richmond Park against St. Patrick's Athletic. Now, to be honest with you guys, I do think that Frank Lampard should field a similar team to the team in which he fielded yesterday against Bohemians FC. Now, the reason why I'm saying similar and not the same, or there are three reasons as to why I'm saying similar and not same. The first reason is because everyone in the squad at the moment is going to need to play so they can build up match fitness. The second reason as to why I'm saying this is because the younger players in the squad are going to need to gain experience from the more experienced players so that they can develop and grow as footballers. And the third reason as to why I believe that Frank Lampard is going to need to make changes is so that he can see who fits his philosophy and he can see who doesn't fit his philosophy, and he can therefore coach them. I do believe that this performance should be taken with a pinch of salt because it's only pre-season. This is where Frank Lampard has to experiment with his players. So like I said, he can see who doesn't fit his philosophy and who does fit his philosophy. But yeah, overall, we need to lift the players so that they can gain confidence from the draw yesterday, and so that they can hopefully go out and get a win against St. Patrick's Athletic and go on from there. But yes, that's it for my review. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you all very soon for some more videos. Come on, you Blues! Come on, Frank Lampard! And peace.